Okay, so here we're going to talk about the point slope form. So it's written like this: y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. And that's the form. Now you might ask, why isn't it called a formula? Why do they say point slope form? I don't have a good answer for that. It's just what they call it. It's based on two things: knowing a point and knowing the slope. Okay, that's why it's called point slope. So you can get the equation for the linear function if you know a point and the slope. Now, one of the differences here that we want to point out is that notice that that is y, not y sub 1 or y sub 2. That's going to be part of the equation. And x, same thing here, it doesn't have a subscript, so that's going to be the x in the equation. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at an example. Write the point slope form of an equation of a line with a slope of 3. Okay, so that's the slope. And it passes through the point 6, negative 1. That means 6 is going to be the x sub 1, and negative 1 is going to be the y sub 1. That's the point that you know. Okay, here comes the formula. So I'll write it again, so you can see how everything gets put in. And so we're going to take everything we know and place it in there. We don't know what y is. That's okay, because we're writing this in terms of x and y. So y minus, and y sub 1 is negative 1. The slope we know is 3. X minus x sub 1, which is 6. Okay? Now, that's where we've plugged in the point and the slope. But they usually want us to write it in slope-intercept form. There are advantages to writing it in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then we'll talk about the advantages. Okay. So first I'm going to make this y plus 1. I'm going to distribute. And then I'm just going to subtract the 1 over. And I get y equals 3x minus 19. Now, that is in slope-intercept form. I'm going to put a box around it. And the nice thing about putting it in slope-intercept form is if you have a bunch of people with different information, if everybody puts their answer in slope-intercept form, it'll look the same. Also, it conveniently can be converted to function notation, where you could write f of x equals 3x minus 19. Okay? But they asked for slope-intercept form, so I would just write it that way.